Hey Gemini, hope you guys are doing well. First of all, my apologies for not getting the last reading of September in. I needed a break and I took a break, but now I'm back. I hope you guys are doing well. So let's go ahead and get into your reading for October 2019. Show me the energy present for the sign of Gemini, please. Gemini, thank you. You have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands talks about letting go of things that we've held on to for so long. It's also talking about holding up burdens, accepting burdens and maintaining them, while you could be doing other things, but still doing it one way. It's a call for letting things go. It's a call to say, hey, listen, I've upheld my end of the bargain for long enough. Now I need you to pick up the slack and do your part. Or I've done this for so many years. It's so arduous. I'm exhausted by doing this type of situation for so long. And I'm not seeing any type of change. What can I do to change this situation? There's a lot of things involved with that card. Let's keep pulling, okay? Show me more for Gemini, please. Show me more for Gemini. You have the Seven of Cups here, Gemini. So it's options, it's opportunities, it's new beginnings, but it's also, I feel here, Gemini, it's important to let go of whatever in the past that you've been holding on to, or whatever it is. It may be dealing with children, family members, people who you have children with that you may not be together with, or you could be together with, but the whole situation is exhausting. Pardon me. The Seven of Cups talks about when we have opportunities, when we have options, when there are things in our future and in our present that can basically create new things in our lives, but it's having emotional conflict, sometimes emotional confusion in regard to those things because we don't know exactly what's going to be the best option for us. Each of these cups holds an opportunity, Who knows what's behind those cups, though? Who knows what's behind this one? Who knows? Each one can go a completely different direction. It takes your judgment to base, to make a steady based understanding and decision in that regard. What have you, but also, what have you experienced from the past that you know so well now? You've been doing it for forever and it's exhausting, that now you can actually use that as a nugget of wisdom in your life in regard to the direction that you're going to choose, in regard to the opportunities that you can take. What are you tired of doing? What has been exhausting? What have you done over and over and over again that you want to let go of? Don't bring it into your new experience. Show me more for Gemini, please. That's like the past energy. It could be the present for you right now, but I'm feeling that's past energy, or where you're leaving and now in. Now we're pulling present energy. Show me present energy. Yeah, walking away from something that is no longer fulfilling. Here with these 8 cups, you've put a lot of energy into this, Gemini. You've put a lot of energy and effort, and it's not just energy and effort, it's emotions. You go from the 7 of Cups to the 8 of Cups. This is basically choosing a path, choosing a direction, and moving forward, walking away from things that have been problematic. Okay? The red cape and boots represent wisdom that has been gained through this knowledge, through this understanding and experience. It may be a little bit disheartening or confusing to move away from things, but overall, that is the best course of action. Show me more for Gemini, please. Show me present energy. So sideways, what's coming out sideways? The moon. So the moon is a card of being uncertain about your emotions and how they're going to be operating in this situation, uncertain about the path, not knowing the direction that you're going in. It's also, I think some of you may be afraid of leaving a situation and walking into something that's also deceptive. If the situation that you've been in had been deceptive, it's like leaving one deceptive situation for another, and some of you may be afraid of that. But oftentimes the moon is basically talking about emotional unease, unbalance, not certain about the direction that you're going in, not certain about the time frame you're going to be dealing with within that away period. Some of you are afraid to be alone. Show me future energy. So you have the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups talks about, it can talk about boredom, solace. It can talk about not wanting to create anything with anybody, not wanting, it's keeping to yourself, not wanting to extend an offer to anybody, not wanting to take an offer from somebody if they extend one to you. It's being alone, you know. There's a lot to say about that. Let's continue. Let's pull another card and see where we end up. Show me for Gemini. Yeah, so you have the Page of Cups. It's flying out in reverse. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Six of Cups. So this is somebody from your past, somebody that you have a family with, somebody that you have children with. It could be dealing with your children. It could just be somebody that you've known for a very, very, very long time. So in regard to this, Gemini, it's like the Page of Cups in reverse essentially communicates an energy where we have no desire to either apologize to somebody, where we really don't want to express communication to them. The Page of Cups can talk about somebody who is of younger age, a child. It can also talk about a person who is emotionally uncertain, emotionally disturbed sometimes. It can talk about chemical imbalances within people. But it can also just talk about not wanting to communicate with somebody on an emotional level anymore, you know? That's a potential as well. Whatever it is, it's like if you're needing to safeguard your child, or if you're needing to just tend to your child, then walking away from this is far better. You know, it feels like there's some uncertainty though, as if like you have to deal with this person or this situation again. It's like you can't be fully rid of it, but there's a point where it's like you create some sort of boundaries for your own sake and your sanity. That's what it feels like. So let's go ahead and clarify this reading. Okay, show me the Ten of Wands for Gemini. For the Ten of Wands, you have Temperance and you have the Ten of Swords. So Ten of Swords, Ten of Wands. So interesting energy there. The Ten of Swords essentially communicates where we have been stabbed in the back. We've stabbed people in the back. We are not communicating eye to eye. It's like the things that we've dealt with in the relationship have been troublesome, problematic, traumatic, dramatic. It's been exhausting to deal with this situation or person. Could be dealing with the Sagittarius. You could be dealing with another air sign, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But the Temperance card talks about, it can talk about reconciliation. It can talk about existing relationships where people are kind of at the end of it and they're trying to figure out how to salvage things. It can talk about a situation, considering that this is past energy, it can talk about a situation from your past that you're letting go of, but it's been in incremental stages. It's like you had to let go of that stuff so you can actually see the potential and new opportunities in your life and start to take them on. But the Temperance card being here, yes, you can talk about reconciliation and all that, but it also talks about mass healing in yourself. What do you do in your life to bring healing, to bring balance? The card is all about balance. Are some of you overeating, drinking, you know, are some of you just, you know, kind of hiding from your feelings? It's like you have to walk away from things, but you have to essentially walk away, but walk into yourself, into your feelings. You might have to sit with that. That might be really difficult for some of you. That might be causing depression, you know. Show me the Seven of Cups for Gemini. So you have the Moon. Again, the Moon's presented here. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Coins. So the Five of Coins is essentially letting something go, letting somebody go. It's about, you know, it can talk about being at a financial impasse where you really don't have enough money or you're wasting money. Some of you could be. This is also a card of addiction, drinking, drugging, with the Seven of Cups. To emotionally soothe because you've been in a situation that's been problematic. But what I'm feeling here is that there is a very deep fear of moving forward, It's almost as if there's like an uncertainty, like you don't know the direction that you're supposed to go in. Like it's like landlocked. You're just kind of like, I don't know which direction to go. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to think about this. I don't know what is my purpose. Like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to be in this job? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? That's what it feels like to me, Gemini. It's like spinning your wheels over and over again. And like the closer you get to an answer, like the further you remove yourself, because it's like afraid to either commit to an idea of moving forward, or like either you're not certain about it. And it's like, it feels like there's, it feels like some of you want like some sort of clarity from some outward source. And this is like the imagery I'm getting. It's like some clarity from some outward source. So it eases your mind, and you don't have to like think so much on this because you've thought of this so much already. But what I'm feeling here, Gemini, is that outside source doesn't exist. It's you. You have to be, you're the one in control here. You're the one that needs to, you know, go through your emotions here and be faced with your emotions. I feel that there's like an emotional blockage here, or something, like we're afraid to, like, it's like you get out of something and then you have a hard time connecting with yourself. I don't know if that's because of the situation you've been in with this person, or job or situation that you've been in, but it feels like it's hard to look at yourself, or hard to accept certain things about yourself. And you have opportunities presenting themselves to you, but it's like, where do I go? What do I do? What am I supposed to be doing? And some of you feel like it's going to be like an overhaul, like a complete overhaul of your life. Some of you, that's necessary. Some of you, it's not. It's just gaining wisdom in the situation, calming it down, and moving forward. I don't know why I want to say calming it down, Charlie Brown. I have no idea what that's about. Maybe it's helpful for somebody. Show me the 8 of Cups here for Gemini, please. Eight of Cups for the 8 of Cups. So you have to move away from this, and I feel that that's frustrating. I feel that that's frustrating overall here, and it feels very, I feel frustrated. That's what I feel. We'll move on to the next card. I feel some of you are like hoping that you experience equality in your next phase, in your next experiences. Some reason equality is not coming, it's not being highlighted enough in this past experience, and it's like you're moving forward, but it's like the feeling of equality of some sort is needing to be experienced here. Show me the moon for Gemini, please. Show me the moon for Gemini. So for the moon, you have the Queen of Cups, and you have the King of Swords. It's your energy, Gemini. You have the 3 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Some of you, this situation may be regarding a past person. They may be involved with a Queen of Cups, a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The moon is Pisces card. It's also Cancer as well, but it's interesting. It's like the emotions are getting to be too much here with this coupling. So the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, and then this energy at the bottom. I don't know if this person that you're dealing with is now in a new situation with a water sign or an air sign, or this is literally just a call for you to have compassion on yourself and be very level-headed in regard to your own emotions. I think some of you may be needing to have compassion towards yourself, have an acceptance that time takes time. It's not going to heal immediately. Like whatever it is, this traumatic experience that you've come out of, you know, and facing yourself and your own emotion. I feel like there's almost like a fear of emotions here, or like looking at our emotions, not being able to be comfortable within our own emotions regarding a situation. I don't know if somebody that you were dealing with has somebody new and they're enjoying that and that's hurting. I don't know if you are needing to leave a situation from your past, but it's like you're having to face your own fears and emotions with an immense amount of clarity and be honest about what you need to cut out of your life, and have a fair amount of compassion in regard to that too. Sometimes that can be difficult. it's like all or nothing, but it's like sometimes we need to blend energies, not all or nothing type of energies. Show me the Four of Cups here. So you have the Seven of Coins for the Four of Cups. The Seven of Coins essentially is a card where we are doing a fair amount of evaluation. We're looking at things for what they truly are, you know, with the time that we've put into something, you know, whether that be a person, a situation, a work situation, you know, the time that you, I don't know, have spent in the church, like whatever it is. It's not religious related, but it could be. But I mean, it's time being spent and the evaluation of, do I really want this in my life? Is this something that I can continue on with? Is this something that I want to maintain giving my energy to? Or is it time to let it go? If it's not time to let it go, you can stay with it. But I feel it is time to let it go, considering you have the Eight of Cups here presented twice and the Four of Cups, which is not accepting an offer. Do you see this cup being given by the heavens? This person's rejecting it. They're not even looking at it. This is evaluations from the past, your previous situation, and getting out of it. I feel that this is more emotionally charged than anything, Gemini. Show me the Page of Cups in reverse. So for the Page of Cups in reverse, you have the Two of Wands. It's a new beginning. It's a new opportunity. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords. So now the Five of Swords is going to correlate with this energy. So dealing with somebody from your past, all of this problematic issue with your past, you know, not really letting go of it yet, still being kind of stuck in the mire, being very, very painful about things, having a fair amount of depression. This could be drinking as well. The Two of Wands denotes an energy where we are seeking a new ground, seeking new direction, moving forward towards something that we have not experienced yet, but it's a hell of a lot better than whatever this is. And it feels like you're kind of torn. You're like looking back into all of this. Not that you want to be in it, but it's just been a doozy. It's been really heavy to let go of. With the Six of Cups and the Five of Swords, this may be somebody from your past. It could be another air sign or a water sign. You have water here a lot, Pisces energy as well. But what is going on is that this person from your past may have acted in a very selfish way. They may have manipulated you or you them. Whatever the reason for the dissolve of this relationship was, it was necessary. It doesn't feel that this is something that you should be in. It doesn't feel like it's an equal exchange. And again, I'm picking up on the necessity to have equality in your relationships, the necessity to be upheld and to be like an important part of a relationship. For some reason, that was not experienced or not given. I'm getting like this really weird energy where it's like I'm worried like I'm not going to be able to like am I going to get reciprocity? Am I going to get like equal fair share? Like, I don't know. And it's not about like money, I don't think. That's not what I'm feeling. It's like emotional exchange, meaning. It's like, do I mean anything to people? Do I mean something to a person? Can I get into a relationship in the future that I have meaning in, where I'm meaningful? That's what I'm feeling. So you have past life relationship, religious factors, and healing family issues. I don't usually pull this deck out, but for some reason it's around this time and I'm pulling from it. I feel compelled to pull from it. So past life relationship, you've known each other before. Most of our relationships are past life relationships. We get into contact with people who we've cycled with before, and we do it again for our benefit. It's like they're the perfect, ways to learn. Religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. I don't know what that means for you. I don't know if your religious situation conflicted with this, or if you stuck on and held on into a relationship that was past its prime because of religious expression, because you had to, marriage is a disgrace, or I'm sorry, divorce is a disgrace. People will not respect our family if you disgrace us with a divorce, whatever bullshit that is. And so you've held on to something that you should have walked away from, but now you're like emotionally wrecked. And sometimes this healing family issues and religious factors, they kind of go together for me. Healing family issues, you have your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, and then under that, forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. It feels like there's a fair amount of past energy being very heavily indicative in this reading, but then also the need to let it go, the need to heal it, the need to accept it for what it was, bless it, and let it be. Okay, that's kind of the stuff I'm feeling. If you're dealing with somebody from your past, this is also a card of past life relationships, soulmate energy. Everybody, not everybody, a lot of people think soulmate, there's only one soulmate and that's it. You have billions of soulmates. Everybody's your soulmate. I'm your fucking soulmate. The fact that we're here, and if you're getting something out of this and you're connecting with me, we are on a soul level here. We're connecting for some reason. If you have people in your life that, soulmates are everywhere. Soulmates are people who come into our experience to break our hearts, to break our minds. They break our spirits. They help us heal. They direct us into the direction that we need to be in, which is ourselves. They fine tune us. They help point us in the direction to ourselves. All road leads back to yourself, So if we understand that, we have the potential to get better outcomes with our opportunities. If we stagnate in that pain and we don't move from it, we're going to end up in emotional confusion constantly. You have emotional confusion, emotional confusion, emotional confusion, emotional confusion, mental confusion, exhaustion, emotional confusion. Okay, so let's pull some advice for you. Can you please show me advice for Gemini? Okay, well, that came out very quickly. Okay, so you have the Seven of Swords and you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I'll put them upright so you can see them, just for the sake of seeing them. Seven of Swords, Nine of Pentacles here, okay? Seven of Swords is lying, thieving, a cheater, somebody who misuses us, abuses us, somebody who steals from us. It's a partner who cheats on us, or when we cheat on somebody. It's a very negative, abusive relationship type of card. The Nine of Pentacles talks about when we need to do things on our own, when we are on our own, and we make the best of it. We enjoy ourselves. We create things for our own happiness. She's happy. She's in her own little garden. She's dealing with her own things. She's ready to deal with it. She's happy. In reverse, the Seven of Swords can talk about getting over problematic situations in our lives with people who have hurt us, whether they give us some sort of opportunity to do that or not. It's about taking the control of our own lives and accepting that things, may be shitty, but we have to change that energy. If you're hoping for and expecting an apology from somebody, you might not get it, considering that Page of Cups is in reverse. Also, with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, this is essentially a card where we are having a hard time doing things on our own. We're having a hard time accepting that we are alone, or that we need to be alone. We're having a hard time separating from the people that maybe have hurt us, or the people that have been dependent on us. When the nest is empty now, it's like the kids go to college or whatever it is, and we're having a hard time letting that go. There's a million different reasons for having a hard time letting it go, but oftentimes it talks about wanting to return to something from the past, or having a hard time stepping away from that because you've been entrenched in it for so long. If it's coupled with this Seven of Swords in reverse, it's a very heavy hitting energy. That could be why it's difficult to be let go of. You may not feel resolve in a situation with somebody. You may not feel that there's closure. Response has not been given to you. Somebody may just be off, like living their own life now, and you've been let go of. And that's hard. And what I feel more so than anything in this entire reading, Gemini, is emotional confusion and having a very difficult time, like trusting your emotions, your decision, being afraid of looking at yourself, or whomever you're dealing with is dealing with that. And it's just kind of like a situation where healing needs to take place, and we need to uproot ourselves from stagnancy. That's what I'm feeling here. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull an oracle card for you. Show me energy present for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Show me energy present for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, please, Gemini. So you have Conch. It's in reverse. I don't know what that card is about yet. Let's check it out. Conch. Bear with me. Conch. Awakening, hearing, call to action, communication. In Buddhism, the conch shell symbolizes truthful speech and strength and is used often in religious ceremonies. In Hindu ceremonies, blowing into a conch shell produces a sound similar to the Om sound and is believed to awaken the ignorant into enlightenment. Blowing into a conch shell is a call to action, but sometimes this action is simply to listen. If you are having communication problems, let the conch shell aid you. That's also within yourself. If you're having a hard time feeling your emotions, your communication with the inside, the internal, please seek yourself. That's so hard, and that almost feels like such a fucking cliche tidbit of information, but it's about looking at ourselves, looking at where we're at in our lives and what we may have not been paying attention to. Sometimes we create stories of what we want and this is how it's going to be, and it doesn't end up that way, and it becomes very problematic here in the outcome. I also feel that we need to read Cactus, which is on the bottom of the deck. Let's find where Cactus is. Cactus, armor, being closed off, endurance. The prickly spines of the cactus make it seem uninviting and inaccessible. Despite this, there is beauty in its ability to endure. While the spikes are unappealing, it provides protection for the plant, which can survive in the harshest environments with little water and nutrients. When the time is right, they bloom the most magnificent flowers. This is about going through really, really dark times, really painful, dry times, things where we might not feel very comfortable, but coming out on the other end very well. You know, the blossom will bloom, things will happen again. Trust yourself. Please look into yourself, look inward, be honest about your feelings, be honest about your past, be honest about how you disconnect from people that have brought pain in your life, be honest about the problems that you create and perpetuate in your situations, the things that you hold on to that do not serve you, It's all about honesty here, and I think it's very important for you to be open to that, because it feels like you might be running from yourself. Whoever this reading is for, it feels like you're not wanting to look at yourself. All right, I'm going to shut up. I don't mean to be on you guys. I'm telling you what I feel and what these cards are telling me, and that's all I can do. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit for you. So if this reading was helpful, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if you choose to donate, there's a link in the description box below. And I will be back in 2 weeks with your next reading, Gemini. So I hope this was helpful. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.